Bankruptcy basics. Some of you have read everything there is to know about bankruptcy on the web. You're probably nervous about the means test. What is the truth about bankruptcy? What are the myths that are out there? How does bankruptcy really work? Well, let's go through a few of the bankruptcy basics. Bankruptcy has been around for as long as the United States. Bankruptcy actually came from the Bible. It came from Deuteronomy. You should forgive the debts of your brother every year of the Jubilee, which was 7 years. In fact, every country in the world has a bankruptcy code to help those who can't afford their financial problems, those who can't afford to pay their bills. Bankruptcy starts with the filing of a petition. It's nothing more than a snapshot of your financial condition and a statement that you can't pay your bills. In a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you're saying, I have some income, but it's not even enough for my living expenses. I can't afford to pay my bills. In a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, the trustee will look at what assets you have to make sure that you don't have something very expensive like a house, a boat, or a plane. If the trustee determines that there's nothing that they can take from you and sell, that you don't have income to pay your debts will be forgiven. You'll be given a discharge of those debts. The whole process in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy takes about 60 to 90 days. We'll file a petition, you'll go to a 341 meeting, you'll get some paperwork afterwards, and then your debts will be forgiven. A Chapter 13 bankruptcy plan is a wage earner plan. What that means is that you can't pay all your debts, but you do have a little money left over after paying your basic living expenses. That means you keep your house, your cars, you keep your assets. What you do is pay that extra little amount to the trustee over a 3 to a 5 year period. At the end of that 3 to 5 year period, you're done making payments. Whatever amounts you haven't paid are forgiven forever. You're free. So whether you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy because you have no money left at the end of the month, or you file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy where you pay a small amount to the trustee for 3 to 5 years, you're going to be free of all of your debts. Chapter 13 bankruptcies are very, very effective. If you're in a foreclosure, losing the home you want to keep, Chapter 13 may help you make those back payments, the payments you haven't made, the expenses that the bank wants you to pay to keep your home, and spread those payments over 36 to 60 months. That gives you an opportunity to get back on your feet. There are a number of bankruptcy myths about bankruptcy that you should be aware of. Banks and credit card companies have done a really, really good job in spreading those myths. Why? Because they don't want you to file for bankruptcy. I'm going to tell you a number of the myths and the secrets that the banks and credit card companies don't want you to know. Myth 1. My credit will be ruined forever if I file for bankruptcy. Not true. In fact, by the time you're looking at filing for bankruptcy, you've missed some payments. You've run into financial problems, and your credit has already been hurt. Bankruptcy is the opportunity to stop the bad credit reporting and start doing things to improve your credit rating. The average credit score goes up over 150 points within 1 year of filing for bankruptcy. We'll show you ways to reestablish and redevelop your good credit after you file for bankruptcy. Myth 2. If I file for bankruptcy, I won't be able to buy a house for 10 years. Not true. It's another myth that banks use to keep you from filing for bankruptcy. In reality, you can finance an FHA loan. The only waiting period is 2 years after you file bankruptcy. Your credit will be your ability to pay, and developing your credit will develop the ability to finance. People finance cars, houses, boats right after filing for bankruptcy. In fact, you'll see that you'll get a lot of credit card offers, a lot of offers to get back into debt immediately after filing bankruptcy. We're going to counsel you to be very, very careful with those and really watch yourself so that you don't fall back into debt. But big ticket purchases like houses and cars will be possible after you file for bankruptcy. Myth 3. Everybody will know that I filed for bankruptcy. In reality, no one will know that you filed for bankruptcy. Although it's a matter of public record, you'd have to go to the bankruptcy court's website and search and search and search to find the name of anyone who might have filed for bankruptcy. No one's going to do that. No one's going to look for that. In reality, nobody will know that you filed for bankruptcy unless you tell them. It's our job to make bankruptcy so simple, so clean, so easy that you won't mind telling people, I filed for bankruptcy. I got free of my financial problems, and I did that with Sunshine State Bankruptcy Law of Florida. They made it simple, they made it easy, and they took great care of me all the way through the process. My attorneys and my personal paralegal from Sunshine State were there with me through the entire process. If you have financial problems, you should go to Sunshine State Bankruptcy. Myth 4. This is a really, really important one. People who file for bankruptcy are bad people. They're deadbeats. That's absolutely not the truth. Most people who file for bankruptcy are good people with bad circumstances. They've been dealt a bad hand. Did you know that the number one reason for filing bankruptcy, according to a Harvard study, is medical bills, catastrophic medical bills? Even if you have good insurance, the leftover amounts, the co-payments, can bankrupt even the most affluent person. You may not see medical bills in bankruptcy, but what you do see are medical bills on credit cards. So in reality, medical bills are the greatest cause of bankruptcy, over 50%. The second is divorce. You've had one household with two incomes. Then you get divorced. Now you have double the expense and one income. How long can you live? How long can you limp along with just one income? The third largest cause of bankruptcy is unemployment. Somebody loses their job, and it's just a matter of time before they run out of credit. You use credit cards to pay bills, to feed your family, and do whatever's necessary to survive while you're looking for a job. But now in the Florida economy, people have difficulty finding jobs, trying to make ends meet. We have people in Florida who are chronically unemployed. In fact, a recent government statistic noted that 21% of the public aren't earning enough money to pay their debts. How long could you hold out? How long could you live on your credit? At some point, you end up in bankruptcy. So there you have it, the three great causes of bankruptcy: medical bills, divorce, and unemployment. None of those greatest causes of bankruptcy have anything to do with the purchase of a fancy or extravagant item, like a luxury car, a boat, an airplane, do they? So don't let the bankruptcy myths prevent you from hitting your financial reset button. I welcome you to the Sunshine State Bankruptcy Law Firm.